Everybody, I'm Holly, and welcome back to the fifth installment of Flag Order Fridays. We're only going to be covering Flag Orders 5 and 6 today. They're both a couple of pages each, so we'll get a little bit done. Yes, this is Munchlax right behind me. Carmen and I just got back from Comic-Con, and we had a great time. We were only there a few hours, but all the stuff we got, super awesome. Without any further ado, let us get started. So we start with Flag Order 5 from the 13th of August, 1967, called Staff Conduct.
The following is expected of the Commodore's staff. Communications flow fast, fast, fast. The prosperity of an organization is proportional to the speed of its particles. Slap down all comm relay delays hard.
Hold down the comm delays so we can get information going back and forth quickly.
2. Matters in the division represented are cared for by staff effectively, swiftly, and with initiative. Referral, rerouting, waiting for answers may not delay action. If it's yours, do it, do it, do it. Don't refer it. 3. Care for it when you see it or hear about it now, now, now. Don't backlog. When you receive a pile of dispatches, don't paw through them. Just take the top one, handle it, next one, handle it, rat-a-tat-tat. When somebody brings up a matter relating to your divisions, handle it now, 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 and be merciless on juniors who delay. 4. Set a snappy example for others. Be clean. Be in proper uniform. Use precise terms of courtesy and punctilio. Don't slop. Come down hard on outnesses and omissions of proper form. 5. As soon as it's visible something isn't going right in your divisional zone, ashore, or afloat, do not hesitate to take over and crowd the action through correctly. And always file a danger condition report with the supercargo whenever you have to bypass to get things done. 6. You're not on staff to be liked or to be agreeable or to be nice. You're on staff to be effective and make the organization effective. We must make up in effectiveness and speed what we lack in numbers. We could be the social lions of the year without getting anything done. 7. When you're on ships or operations, don't stand around being staff. Pitch right in wherever you can help in your divisional zone. 8. When you're the only staff member on the scene, you're the whole flag section. Don't hesitate to step over boundaries to make things go right. Always tell the staff member who covers the divisions where you acted and what you did.
If you're the only staff member on, it doesn't matter if you're even qualified to do the job of that division, just do it. He says, make things go right. That's a very common phrase in the Sea Org and on staff. They're not concerned with how you do it. It's common for Sea Org members to just be told, if you have a job to do, make it go right no matter what.
9. Become better at the job in your divisional zone than the others in that zone on ships or ashore. Obtain respect and compliance through exhibited competence. 10. The order of importance of doing this or orders is A. Commodore's concerns first. B. Others second. Do both. Both are important. Don't use one to not do the other.
Question is, what if they contradict each other? Then the Commodore, I guess, wins.
11. Don't wait for orders. Look for things to do and do them. Be polite and courteous in a nautical sense beyond belief, and tough and inexorable in getting things done beyond confront. We have a lot to do. I'm sure we can do it together.
L. Ron Hubbard. Alright, so we already read that part. Let's check out this flag order number 291. It says, was flag order RS5 from the 14th of November, 1967, called Enchanter.
When in all respects repaired and when she's done 200 miles on engine at top revs and speed and found completely ready in sails and rigging, Enchanter will be upgraded to emergency. When she's actually completed an assigned mission successfully without delays, she'll be upgraded to normal operation.
So the ship, the Enchanter, was in a ethics condition of something below emergency because it was clearly operating. What is it? I think it might have been in a condition of non-existence if it's below emergency. But the fact that Enchanter had an issue and needed ethical handling is interesting, and I can't wait to see, if I can find it, what the actual problem was. All right, let's take a look at flag order number 6 from the 15th of August, 1969.
Enchanter Flag Review. The Flag Review Officer, Bill Robertson, is to check out readiness of the Enchanter to sail when ready. The items ordered by base and flag orders and on cards as modified from time to time are to be reviewed. Operational items. A. Painting with primer and white paint bare patches of hull and completion of outside varnish and interior paintwork. B. Adequate electrical supply. ONON functioning.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
C. Radar complete and working. D. Exhaust water adequately cooling the exhaust pipes. E. 3,000 pounds of lead removed to Avon and ship in trim with remaining lead as low as it can be gotten with no high areas of lead. F. Sump tank complete, main engine running cool. G. Plain sails again, sewn each seam with batten pockets and battens to stiffen leeches of main and mizzen. H. Deck leaks and forward hatch cared with completely and any other items of an operational nature. Sailing soon. Enchanter must get away from here promptly, so all pressure should be put on her work by crew and the yard. Compasses swung. Her compasses must be swung, and some means of measuring mileage must exist. The transmitter compass must also be swung with the main compass. Anchors. It's possible for 65-pound Danforth anchors may arrive, and if so, should be adapted to her and the starboard drum of the winch fashioned to take nylon rather than chain. This is not operational, but is desirable. Stores. The flag review officer is also to inspect the Enchanter's storehouse at Jolly's to make sure that A. All essential gear is being taken along, B. That remaining gear is packaged for preservation and labeled in order to be easily picked up by Avon, and C. The storehouse is clean. D. That there is no Enchanter gear elsewhere than the storehouse, such as in shop for repair. Departure. If the vessel has not passed its readiness check as above and is not in every way ready to sail by 2 a.m. on Monday, the 21st of August, she will go into emergency condition.
So this seems pretty related to the previous flag order that we just read. So in this case, if the vessel has not passed its readiness check as above and is not in every way ready to sail, she will go into emergency condition. Okay, so the Enchanter was above emergency condition, possibly normal operation, and if it didn't reach these check marks, then its condition would be lowered into emergency. So this seemed like a time when it was below emergency, and this was a time when it was above emergency. We'll learn about emergency non-existence, power, affluence, and all of the ethics conditions when I actually dive into the ethics series. Right now I'm looking through the book, the ethics book, chapter by chapter, just kind of writing down some of the key points to be able to relay it back to you without having to go through the whole book. The last part we have here is Flag Order 291A, Flag Order RS6, from November 14th, 1967, called Children.
Children are to be fed a half hour before standard meal times. Their nannies are responsible for serving them and arranging meals with the chief steward. During all hands evolutions, at sea and in port, the children's nannies are responsible to see that they do not get in the way of the ship's normal duties and are well cared for, given tight schedules, and interesting, constructive Scientology programs. Flag supercargo for L. Ron Hubbard.
About feeding time, who's responsible for the meals. Back then, there were able to be children in the Sea Org. Not that there necessarily were supposed to be, but they weren't completely outright disallowed. And if the children were old enough, they could end up in the Cadet Org, which was like the child's version of the Sea Org. This helps them get ready to do Sea Org work at a very young age. I mean, you could see 12-year-olds in the Cadet Org. I don't know how low it went, but to think these people would later become the church's quote-unquote religious volunteers who were willing to get paid less than what is now $50 a week just to deal with that hell. Can't imagine. There wasn't really too much there to look at, but it seems that we have covered stuff about staff conduct. So we got communication flowing quickly. Divisions are cared for by staff. If it's your job, do it. Don't refer it. 3, do your stuff done immediately. Don't delay. Be a good example for others. If something's wrong, don't hesitate to take over and do it correctly. File a danger condition report with the supercargo. 6, You're not meant to be liked. You're just meant to do your job. 7, do whatever you can to help in the division. 8, when you're the only staff member, do things to make it go right. 9, be better at your job in your divisional zone than anybody else in the zone, whether they're on the ship or ashore. Number 10, Commodores first, everybody else's orders are second. And 11, don't wait for orders, just get them done. We also had a flag review of the Enchanter, including some operational requirements, sailing, compasses, anchors, and the storehouses. And if it didn't meet all of these, then it would go into an emergency condition. And over here, we also discussed a time where the Enchanter was below emergency conditions and was to be upgraded to normal operation once an assigned mission was successfully done without any delays. If you want access to these flag orders, the base orders, and some of the other Scientology documentation that I have on the computer, hit me up in the Discord link in the description below, or hit me up at ScientoloGeek@gmail.com. That Gmail address will be below. Again, send me a valid Gmail address because I can't invite you to the Google Drive folder for some reason if you have an external email that's not related to Google. Other than that, all I have to say is like if you like the video, dislike if you don't. I don't really care. Comment with your feedback or questions, good, bad, or sideways, and subscribe to be kept up to date on future content. I'll talk to all of you later. See ya.